Hi, I'm Jeff,
I'm Marcia Hampton.
and we're live at Arbor Place Mall for City Connector in the food court.
Arbor Place Mall and the City of Douglasville are proud to present City Connector with your hosts Jeff Noles and Marcia Hampton. On today's show, we'll talk to Mayor Mickey Thompson and Chan Weeks from Keep Douglasville Beautiful about our upcoming 10-year memorial event for 9/11. Craig McManus and Kevin Livingston will be here to tell us about recent Freedom Island renovations. And John Thornton and Mary Jane King will be here from the Rotary Club. Our musical guest today is Gil Caro. And as always, your chance to be on TV with our interactive community calendar. Now, please welcome the stars of our show, Jeff Noles and Marcia Hampton.
Hey, welcome to the show. Our first guest, of course, Mayor Thompson and Chan Weeks, here to talk a little bit about our upcoming 9/11 memorial.
Well, thank you for inviting us today. It's certainly our pleasure to be here and talk about this very important event.
All right, Mr. Mayor, I understand that you and Chan Weeks and a group of folks at the City of Douglasville have been working for several months on planning this upcoming event.
Well, that's true. There have been a number of meetings that have been held to discuss all of the details, and we have a very dedicated group of city employees and Chan from Keep Douglasville Beautiful. And of course, as you know, Freedom Island, where this event's going to be held, was actually constructed under the guidance of Keep Douglasville Beautiful over 10 years ago.
Now, what do you think it means to hold this anniversary after 10 years? What do you think it's going to mean for the public and for those who know what happened and remember what happens at that event?
Well, if you look at the history of Freedom Island, we received a grant, $10,000 grant, to assist in building Freedom Island. Actually, when we started, it didn't start as Freedom Island. We had this gigantic hole in the ground there between Campbellton Street and Hospital Drive, and it was actually a detention pond. It served as a storage capacity for runoff. And that entrance was one of the gateways into the city of Douglasville. And for a long time, we had thought about doing something there and improving our front door to our city. And of course, we applied for a grant, and we were able to get that grant from the state. And we were planning to improve the looks of the city. And that project was actually partnership agreement between the city government and Keep Douglasville Beautiful. And of course, the tragic event of 9/11 happened, and the committee that worked on that actually did it as a memorial and named it Freedom Island.
So Sunday, September the 11th, you're going to be holding an event there. Can you tell us a little bit about, I guess, the program of the event, or how it's going to go, who's invited? First of all, what time is the event?
Well, Chan is in charge of everything on the details, so I'll let her go through some of the agenda and some of the special guests that we've invited.
We have an extremely great event lined up. It is going to be at 5 p.m. on Sunday, September 11th at Freedom Island, and they'll be parking there at First Presbyterian Church for the public. It is definitely a public event, and we want everybody to come and have this memorial with us.
Can you talk a little bit about the lineup and who all's planning to be there and what you have in store for those folks who will attend that
I just
event?
happen to have a list.
Very helpful, thank you. Well, we do have a great lineup. To kick off the event, we actually have our police chief, Chris Womack, going to start us off with a solo, so that's going to be a real treat to hear him. And we also have Captain Herb Emery is going to be our MC for the event, so we're really excited about him being there. We have Congressman David Scott, who will be our keynote speaker for the event. And we have the Christian Community Orchestra, who will be doing a lot of music for us throughout the event. We have our new poet laureate, who is soon to be named for the official poet laureate for the city of Douglasville. Alice Shapiro will be unveiling her very first piece for the city that day as well. And we also have Councilwoman LaShawn Burdanley, who's going to be doing a solo for us. So we have a great lineup and a lot of extras that is really going to be a nice event.
And during that day, of course, we're going to close off the streets. Not during the day, but during the event, we're going to close off the streets. Very similar to what we did when we did the dedication for Freedom Island.
Great. So parking is at the First Presbyterian Church, which is right across Hospital Drive right there at Freedom Island. Everybody should assemble on the Camilton Street side, I'm assuming, along the sidewalk. Or is there some other place to assemble for this event?
Well, there'll actually be the audience. A lot of the audience will actually be in the street, and the city's Douglasville maintenance department is going to put up a stage, and there will be chairs for those that need assistance, need to be able to sit down. But for most folks, it's a short event. It's not going to be a very long event. I don't think Congressman Scott's going to talk very long. We are quite honored, to be quite honest with you, that we were able to actually work this into his schedule. He's going to be in Atlanta, and we're very appreciative that he's going to be there. You know, the only thing we hadn't been able to work out, Chan, unless you worked it out within the last few days, we wanted to do a flyover.
Okay.
With the jets, and so we hadn't been able to work that out yet. So if anyone in our audience has enough connections to make that happen, it certainly would be appreciated.
Well, that's an official appeal, so if anybody's listening and you have those connections, you should call the office and we'll see about making that happen.
Jets, helicopters, anything from the military, that's what we're looking for. I believe I saw Chan has it as tentative on the agenda, but it would be a worthy tribute to Freedom Island and all those that lost their lives on September the 11th. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, do you guys have anything else to add to this event that you think that the public should be aware of for that day?
Well, we just encourage the public to come to the event. Of course, it's free. There's no admission charge or anything. It is an event that really, I'm sure it'll be an emotional event for many. There is a logo that's been designed, and you know, I wish I had and maybe we can put one up when they're showing this show. But it's really a neat logo for it. It has the two towers and some other things in it that.
Well, I'm sure we can get that up on the city's website when we advertise for the event to have the logo there. And I really appreciate you coming out, talking to us today about this event and getting the word out so we can make certain that folks attend.
Thanks for being here. We're going to turn it over to Janice and Kelly for the interactive community calendar.
All right, welcome to the interactive community calendar of City Connector. I'm Kelly Hunter along with Janice Thompson, and we are here with the interactive community calendar. Janice, who is this handsome, tall young man in between us?
Wow, aren't we fortunate today? We have with us Matt Underwood, and Matt, you're going to talk to us about a hand class,
yes,
possibly?
Yes, ma'am. Public handgun safety course. The City of Douglasville is continuing education with our public handgun safety course, and we're putting it on the first and third Thursday of every month. Things that we do, we go over the safeties of a revolver and a semi-automatic weapon. We got about an hour classroom time, and then from there we go down to our new facility, our indoor range, and we allow our students to shoot in the indoor range for about an hour under our supervision.
Now, is there any age to participate in that?
Well, the law requires you have to be 18 years old to possess a weapon and 21 to purchase one. I haven't figured that out quite yet, but we prefer someone 18 years of age or older, and if you are 18 years of age, to have an adult with you.
And it's open to all the citizens in the community?
It's open to the citizens of Douglasville, and if you have a weapon, you're more than welcome to bring it. To register, you just go to the police department, ask for myself, Matt Underwood, and I'll get you registered and into the class.
Right. So you can call the police department or visit the city's website. They'll have registration directions there for you then.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
All right. A great way to also kind of get a peek into the new PD facilities over there on Fairburn Road.
Yes, it is a beautiful facility. We're very proud and happy to be in there, and just giving something back to the community and teaching safe handlings with firearms.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you very much. That's the first and third Thursday of every month.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, officer.
Thank you
We
for being
appreciate
with
it.
us.
Thank you.
Janice, who do we have up next?
Next, we have John Citizen,
Okay.
and John is joining us here.
Hi, Pastor John. We're going to put you right in the middle of us as well. We're getting all the handsome young men here with us
I know,
today.
we lucky.
Tell us what you're representing here today.
I'm representing our Back to School Festival at New Manchester High School. On August 2nd, we're doing a Back to School giveaway where we're giving away free school supplies. It's actually sponsored by your local Chief of Police, Chris Womack, and Sheriff Phil Miller. I happen to be the facilitator because I'll be fortunate to be the new campus pastor at New Manchester High School working with Miss Connie Kraft. So working with the open house program on August 2nd, when you come and view the facility, we want everybody to come by in the stadium parking lot and pick up free school supplies. It doesn't matter who you are. If you need free school supplies, after the open house, come over to the stadium parking lot, meet Chief Womack, and his command center will be out there, and all the programs that's offered through the police department. Sheriff Miller and his command center will be out, and all the programs that offered through the sheriff department, and also what's going to be going on through the school year at New Manchester. But we want to give everybody free school supplies, August 2nd from 4 to 6.
Now, is this school supplies for the high school, if you're a high school student and you need supplies, or is it for all age levels?
All ages, Janice. Anyone who needs school supplies. If you're just coming for the open house, great. Come and get some. But if you're in the county and you hear this broadcast and you need school supplies, feel free to come at the parking lot at the stadium, and we'll give you what we have available.
And if I'm a business owner listening to this and I would like to contribute school supplies, do you have a need for that?
Yes, you can stop by the city police department or the new municipal building, drop it off, or you can stop by the sheriff department and drop it off. We'll be happy to take any donations, any contributions you'd like to give. Please stop by the city police department and the sheriff department to give your donations or your love offering.
All right, very good, and that's next week. So we're going to help promote this as much as we can during that time frame. And what a great way to kick off a brand new high school here in the area.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Pastor John. Thank you. Janice, who do we have lined up next? Because we've got all kinds of activities happening.
Randy Miles will be joining us.
Hey, Randy, how are you?
Good.
Now we have a beautiful young lady between us.
I know.
Thank you.
Who are you representing, and what are you going to tell us about?
The Convention and Visitors Bureau's second one of the year, our bridal workshop. And we're having it on August 20th at the new Hunter Park Community Center. It's going to be from 10 to 1, and every future bride and their guests are welcome. It's a free event. We are also have a few more vendor spots, so for information, you can just give us a call at 678-715-6069.
All right, so if you're a new bride or a bride about to be, a great workshop to find out how to make it all happen.
Perfect, yes.
You know, and I've participated in that, not as a bride, you know, I'm so young, but as a vendor, and it's a great opportunity to showcase your products.
Yes, and like we said, we have a few more vendor spots. We only allow 2 vendors of each category, which is good, because we don't want to have too many of one, too many photographers, or too many vendors. Right. So it's a good way to showcase what you have.
All righty, and tell us that date one more time.
It's August 20th from 10 to 1.
Thank you, Randy. Yay. Now, who do we have up next? We've got room for one more?
Well, I think that...
Another handsome young man. Hey, how are you, Gabe?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. You're with the Douglas County Sentinel?
Yes, I am.
And you're also here representing...
the Douglasville Chamber of Commerce. And I'm here to talk about the Douglasville Chamber of Commerce golf and tennis tournament that is coming up here at Mirror Lake Golf Course on September 21st. You can come out and meet all the decision makers for all the businesses. The money raised will actually go back to help your local community businesses in this area. If you want to register, you can please get in contact with the local Douglasville Chamber of Commerce if you want to register.
All right, so for all the golfers and the tennis players. There you go. Make your registration and come out and have a day. And since I'm neither one of those, I can at least come, though, and network with all of the businesses, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely. It'd be a great opportunity to come out there and talk to people. It'd be a great day for fun in the sun, and you have a good time out there.
All righty. Thank you so much, Gabe. We appreciate it. Appreciate what the Sentinel does in the area, too. Wow, we've got a lot of guests. And what do you think about being in this new location at the mall?
I love it. There's just a lot of people here that's joining us, and
It's buzzing today.
Absolutely.
So we want to invite the community to come out the last Tuesday of every month. Join us here in the food court area. Pick you up some lunch. Sit down, listen to our guests, our topics. Have a great time on City Connector, right?
Absolutely. We look forward to you joining us.
All righty. We have more guests lined up, so we're going to take it back to Jeff and Marcia.
Welcome back. Our next guests on the show are Craig McManus with McPlants and Kevin Livingston with our County Extension Service. Welcome to our show.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks. Continuing along the same theme with Freedom Island, we just recently underwent a renovation of Freedom Island. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Freedom Island, we wanted to honor the service people that the island's honoring, but we also wanted to create a garden for Douglas County that you could, in Douglasville, that you could enjoy at 35 miles per hour as you pass by. But not, and then also if you stop briefly. So it's a garden that's enjoyed briefly. And what we did with that is wanted to have something going around year round with color interest, seasonal interest, and also that the textures would be brought out in that landscape.
From what I understand, there were a number of people that had a huge role in volunteer efforts. Kevin, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we brought on the West Georgia Green Association. These are professional green industry folks here that operate in the surrounding counties, Douglasville and surrounding counties. We had about 15 different companies represented. Each company had anywhere from 2 to 4 individuals show up for the 2 work days that we had planned. There's lots of man hours that were brought to the equation there, and of course the professionalism that they brought and the efficiency, we were able to accomplish it in I think about 2 days. Craig, was that it? 2 to 2.5 days.
Sure.
So ultimately, with the design and all of the volunteers, what do you want the community and how do you want them to feel about the project in the end?
Well, the thing about a community and landscaping in the community is it brings on a sense of security for the community when you have a nice landscape. Douglasville is really stepping up with their landscape, like in the downtown areas, the interstate entrances. We don't want it to be just another interstate exit that you get off on. We want it to be a feel safe, a time you want to spend there, a place you want to come visit, a place that you want to live. That's what we were trying to accomplish with that, and giving the community something to just break up their day and enjoy as they pass by.
Who's responsible for the design?
I designed it. Yeah.
You designed.
Yeah.
You can't go to the moon without first having a design.
That's
so
correct.
Tell us a little bit about the design.
A little bit about the design is it's designed to be a low maintenance landscape that you can enjoy year round. It has color changes, texture changes. Very little pruning will be involved in it. It's got some hardscape features in the rocks and the platforms and various things that are there. It's again a 35-mile-an-hour garden. Is what
Right. I think they're at the northern end or eastern end of the property. There's a dogwood configuration. Can you tell us a little bit behind the way they're designed or where they're at?
Right, those are Coosa dogwoods. They bloom later than what we normally think of as most dogwoods bloom earlier in the spring. These bloom after after the leaves come out on them. They're an evergreen dogwood. The leaves turn burgundy in the winter, so it gives you that interest of something different in the winter to look at.
So this is definitely something you'd say that the public can enjoy all year round.
Oh, definitely. That was the forethought in it. Is in the winter you're going by when you normally think about a lot of things not going on in the landscape, and you'll still see something interesting in that garden.
Okay, Kevin, the Cooperative Extension Service. A lot of people. That's something that's been around for a long, long time, especially in the state of Georgia. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of services you provide to the county?
Well, Jeff, we have various testing, diagnostic testing that we do out of our office as far as soil testing. We do water testing, well water testing, forage testing such as hay. We also do identification of insects, identification of various weed pests, and help people make decisions on what tools to use to eliminate some of those pest issues in whether it's in their lawn, their structural, their homes, their residents, their commercial buildings, to help them make good decisions and reduce the negative impact on the environment with some of those tools that we're having. Without the identification of a particular insect, a lot of times folks will do what they call a blanket application. They'll make a cocktail of different things and try and eradicate that pest. By proper education and keeping folks like the West Georgia Green Association abreast of new tools that are out there, we're able to reduce some of that negative impact that occurs in our environment and help these guys get the results that they need.
If somebody were to have a question for you, how would they get in touch with you, Kevin?
We're located on the 3rd floor of the courthouse. Listed under Celebrate Douglas County as the extension office. And of course, not only do we have agricultural related services, but we also offer 4-H as part of UGA extension here in Douglas County, as well as the FACS agent, which is Family and Consumer Science services for dealing with food issues, dealing with air quality, radon gas. All those services come out of the extension office located on the 3rd floor of the Douglas County Courthouse.
Great, thanks. Craig, can you tell us a little bit about what you do? I know you're a local businessman. You've been in the community for a long time. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Primarily what I do is design and install landscapes. I'm certified nurseryman, certified arborist, also a Georgia certified landscape professional. I like to teach and train people also too, so I'm doing that, doing a lot of teaching and training too. But I've been in the community since 1968 and been in business here since 1985. So I've seen a lot of changes in Douglasville, and a lot of positive and the way the direction is headed in.
Great. Thanks for being with us on the show today. We'll be right back with Gil Caro.
To my story, all about the girl who came to stay. She's the kind of girl you want so much it makes you sorry, still you don't regret a single day. Oh girl, 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 girl. When I think of all the times I've tried so hard to leave her, she would turn to me and start to cry. And she promises the earth to me, and I believed her. After all this time, I don't know why. Oh, girl, 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 girl. She's the kind of girl who puts you down when friends out there you feel a fool. When you say she's looking good, she acts as if it's honest that she's cool. Girl, 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 girl. Well, she was told when she was young that pain would lead to pleasure. Did she understand it when they said that a man must break his back to earn his day of leisure? Will she still believe it when he's dead? Oh, girl, 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 girl.
Welcome back to City Connector. We have with us here John Thornton and Mary Jane King to talk to us a little bit about Rotary and community outreach.
Thank you. We're glad to be here. We appreciate you giving us the time. Rotary is the world's leading service organization.
Okay.
Over 1.2 million members worldwide, 34,000 clubs worldwide.
Wow.
So it's a big organization.
It's a big organization. Tell us a little bit about what they do.
Well, our number one goal in the world right now is eradication of polio. Polio has been eradicated here in the United States for over 50 years, but it still exists in many parts of the world, and it's an infectious disease and can be transmitted back here or anywhere else at any time if we don't get it wiped out. We're this close to getting the job done. We've raised about $1 billion over the last 25 years and worked with United Nations, the World Health Organization, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, a lot of great organizations, and we will get that done.
Good.
So what are some of the local initiatives for the local Rotary chapter here?
Locally, we do a lot of education programs.
Right. We support a lot of the local charities here in Douglas County. We do Pregnancy Resource. We do Apples for Teacher, which means we give every elementary school teacher an apple to show our appreciation for the hard work they do for our youth and getting them started on a good, educational track and stuff. We do Middle School Awards, which means we recognize those students in the middle school in the areas of mathematics, literacy, English Lit, we used to call it, I forget what they call it here, science and
social studies.
And we, in all middle schools, we give everyone in those four categories an award in each of our middle schools, both a cash award and a certificate.
Wow.
We also do Star Student Awards, which is on our high school level. And we honor not only a high school student, but their teacher as well. Then they reciprocate by honoring a teacher. So we do that. That's on the education side. We also participate in like Special Olympics, the pantry, AIDS. We go to the high schools and talk about AIDS awareness. I mean, the list just goes on and on. So.
Great. On and on and on and on.
If you had 30 minutes, I could go on and on.
Wow. We can make time.
No.
We can absolutely make time. How does somebody get involved in Rotary?
Well, one thing is the month of August in Rotary is dedicated to membership month. So right now, John and I are trying to make people aware of Rotary, that we do exist in Douglas County. There is a club that if you want to visit our website, you can go further into it because we both have local projects and international projects. And our club meets every Monday at noon at the Downtown Conference Center. So if that's something you're interested in, you can come visit our club, kind of interact with the individual members, witness a program and say, hey, this is something I want to be a part of. It's a worthwhile cause, and we would love to have you join and stuff.
What's that website?
It's Douglas County Rotary Club. And when you hit that, it says Club Wizard, but you'll see it, and it'll
Any browser will bring us up.
Yes. Thank you, John.
Great.
John, we also have international projects we've been involved in. Water is a real concern. Water affects a lot of different health issues. So John was part of...
Yeah, we had a clean water initiative working through another international organization, Rivers of the World, where we provided water purification for an orphanage in Honduras. And we've also done an educational project outside of the country in Belize, where we brought computers to a Christian school there and opened up the internet to that part of the world, and brought those kids into the 21st century.
Wow, internet into a third world country. I can only imagine how amazing that is. I mean, growing up in this country, you don't realize some of the things that the rest of the world doesn't have. But Rotary being involved in those type of initiatives is really a worthy cause.
Well, our motto is service above self. So we really think for other people and try to do for other individuals. And we focus on health, literacy, and children and their and mothers. So mainly all our projects can be associated with one of those three avenues.
Okay, so if folks wanted to get involved, two ways, the website or to just stop in at a meeting, is that open for them to attend, or should they contact you by phone?
You can contact our president, Patty Puckett. I don't know her cell phone offhand. She's going to kill me because it's so easy just to hit sell, you know what I mean? But she is Ameriprise Financial, in Douglasville, so you can call her office or visit our website is also a thing.
Or call Mary Jane or I.
Which we would love to have. So we definitely would love for anybody who's interested and has that giving and wanting to serve mentality to be a part of our club, because really there's fellowship also, but there's also a lot of giving of yourself too.
Great.
Any final thoughts for anybody out there that you may have not covered that you want folks to know about Rotary?
Well, most of our members are business people or professionals or community leaders who want to volunteer their time, their talent, and give of their own money and do something good for their community and maybe even in some other part of the world. So those are the kind of people that we're looking for.
Great.
That's great.
Thanks for being here with us, and we're over to the community calendar with Janice and Kelly. Thank you.
We'd like to welcome you back to join Kelly and I in our community calendar. And Kelly, our very first guest is Dawn, and she's with the Pregnancy Resource Center.
And I know Dawn, we're going to invite you up to come join us right here between us. I know she's got some great information for us for the Pregnancy Resource Center today. Tell us what you've got lined up.
I'm here to encourage you all to participate in our annual Walk for Life. This year it'll be September 17th, again at O'Neill Plaza. And we really appreciate the support of the community. We are a not-for-profit organization, so it requires the generosity of all of you in our community. So we encourage you to come out and walk or sponsor a walker or just decide to give a love gift.
Go ahead, Janice. And if we want to register, do we need to pre-register or just show up that morning?
Registration isn't ready online yet, but what you can do is call 920-1000, and that's area code 770, and we'll be glad to help you in the meantime. It should be a little over a week before you can register online at partnersofprc.com, and you would just click on the registration link on that page.
But if I just get up that morning and decide I want to walk, just show up at O'Neill Plaza?
Yes, and we have prizes for the top 3 fundraisers. We have $1,000 dinner club for those who raise over $1,000. You get to go with the board and the director. So we have a lot of stuff in store if you'd like to come participate.
All right, and how long of a walk is it? And do I need to participate the whole walk or parts of it, or kind of fill us in on that?
Well, actually this year we've changed our route. We're going around the actual square of Douglasville now that the sidewalks have been completed, so it's going to be shorter than traditional route. And if you can't walk that day, you can walk on your treadmill. We'll take you at your word if you walk to your mailbox. It's not the length of the walk, it's just the participation. Yes.
Right. Well, we wish you much success, and we're glad that this is taking place in downtown Douglasville.
Thank you, ladies.
All righty. Very good. Thank you, Dawn. Up next, we have Emily with our Cultural Arts Center. Emily, we're going to ask you to come join us here in the middle, too, and tell us what you're representing and bringing to the people of our audience today.
I'm with the Cultural Arts Center, and today I wanted to talk to you about all the great events and activities we have going on for the month of September and October. And first off, we have the Georgia Association of Woodturners, and the reception is going to be September 1st, and we're actually going to have demonstrations of wood turning, and then we'll have our free fall concerts on the plaza the 10th, 17th, and 24th. So it's a great event. Make sure you bring out a chair. You can have food from the local restaurants in the O'Neill Plaza. And then in October we'll have our 15th annual chili cook-off. So you can get registration forms on our website at artsdouglas.org, and that's going to be on October 22nd.
Right. Lots of activities lined up through the last part of the summer here, the first of the fall, and the cultural arts always offering something for our community.
Definitely. And I would like to thank you for making me aware that there's an art class or ceramics for 5-year-olds.
There definitely is. And you can also go to our website to find more classes for art classes, ceramics classes, and not only do we offer classes for children, but also adults.
All right. Well, and if anyone wants to find out more information, tell us again, website and telephone number.
Our website's artsdouglas.org, and our phone number is 770-949-2787.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Emily. Janice, we have the interactive community calendar, and the purpose is to promote the events and activities that are happening here in our local area. We've got a special guest up next. Do you want to introduce our guest? Because he's got some really important information.
Listen, I would love to. And Pete Frost is going to join us from the Water and Sewer Authority. Of course, he needs no introduction.
We know Pete, don't we?
Hello.
All righty, Pete.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you today? And thank you for joining and sticking around to this portion of the program. And we want to let you take the mic and tell us all the information you need to pass on.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. Many of you know by now that on June 9th, we had a problem with our administrative building roof. And after we've had that inspected by city building officials and by an independent structural engineer, they were concerned about the safety of our employees and the general public, so we had to evacuate the building. When we did that, we sent all of our employees to other facilities throughout the county. Most of them are WSA owned, but several of us, the administration, engineering, we moved into a building that had been vacated by the city police detectives. And unfortunately, the city's moving forward. At least from my perspective, the city is moving forward with their new conference center and parking deck, which necessitates another move on our part. So we're going to be moving to 3130 Golf Ridge Drive, which is right opposite Gold's Gym on Chapel Hill Road. And we should be moved in by August 15th. And so we'll be operating out of there until our roof is repaired. That should be about 4 or 5 months. So we're hoping that everyone will be back together by Christmas time. So that's one of the things that's going on. That'll be a change because anybody coming to see engineering will now need to go to the Golf Ridge Drive location. Something I would like to say, though, and that is that we appreciate the understanding and the patience from the public at large, because I know we're tough to find and sometimes we have to give directions. So I do appreciate that, and I also want to thank the employees because they're working hard in less than ideal conditions to try and to keep our operation running. And I think if you talk to anybody in the public, they'll say that we didn't miss a beat. And so I'm very, very happy with that, even though I think I've just rounded out my resume of disaster preparedness programs from flood to drought to building problems. So yeah, we've had our share. So I want to just tell the public thank you for their patience.
Thank you. Well, if somebody is looking to get in touch with the Water and Sewer Authority, it's the same phone numbers?
Yeah, the same phone numbers. Our billing office is located at 7725 West Strickland Street, and they are fully operational. We actually moved all of our maintenance personnel out of their maintenance building so that we could move our building operation into there. So billing operation into there, and they're open for business.
Well, I tell you, I do know that during that was definitely unforeseen by anyone, but the response and the activity of your organization to respond quickly, I think you did. You didn't miss a beat, and so WSA, hats off to your organization and how tightly run you guys are.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
All right. Any other information for the public? If
just one item. Just one item, and that is the drought. You've been reading a lot about the drought in the newspaper recently. And I will tell you that we're in much better shape than we were in 2007. Not only did we expand our reservoir, we are also next month be completing an expansion of our water plant, and so we're in very good shape. Our reservoir levels are only 1.5 feet below our overflow elevation. This time in 2007, we were about 12 feet below where we are now. So we're in very good shape, and again, there are water restrictions in place. They are the same restrictions that have been in place since December. And just conserve, but feel free to use water wisely.
Now, if you are not aware of what those restrictions are, can you go online and...
Yes, you can. You can go online on our website at ddcwsa.com. You can see the water restrictions as they exist. You can also see our moves, since it's like a chess game, on where our various departments are located in the county.
Okay, thank you. Well, great job that WSA does to serve our community.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Janice, on our interactive community calendar, we want to let you know if you have a not-for-profit organization, an event happening here in our local community. We're here to help you promote that, aren't we?
Right, and we'd invite you to join us here the fourth Tuesday of each month. And you may have noticed that we've changed our location. We're now in the food court. So come on out and be a part of us, or you can go online for the City of Douglasville and pre-register.
All right, and we've got more City Connector happening here at Arbor Place Mall.
Welcome back to City Connector. We're closing out the show today, but we want to thank everybody who came here to watch us at the food court, our first show. I think it went very, very well. And if you want to continue to follow us, we are here at the mall every fourth Tuesday in the food court right at noon, or you can follow us at mycititv.com. Go ahead, Jay.
You just covered everything, Marcia. Once again, thank everybody for being on the show today. Come out and join us the last Tuesday of every month at 12 noon at the mall, at the food court. It's our new location with your new host, the same City Connector.
That's right.
Now we're going to close out with Gil. Gil, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be playing, and tell us where we can find you, and we'll get out of your way and let you finish up.
Well, my name is Gil Caro, and you can find me at gilcaro.com. But here in Douglasville, I'm playing a restaurant on Fridays called La Fiesta,
yes,
which is right on Highway 5 there. So I'm starting there on Fridays. And so if you want to come on Friday nights to hear some music. I mix it up in my restaurants with a little Spanish and English music and covers, originals, and just kind of music that everybody enjoys and listens to.
All right. Well,
Or you can always see Gil on Digital Comcast 22 or Channel 98 in Tributary. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. And I know, 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 I know. You better leave young thing alone. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. I wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to do one more song. One of my originals, a little song called Make My Dreams Come True. If you look into my eyes, you'll see us together. If you look into my heart, you'll see only you. Please say you'll be mine and love me for all time. May my dreams come true. Si tú miras en mis ojos, tú nos verás juntos. Si tú miras en mi corazón, tú ves solo a ti. Dime si que es verdad, es para siempre el amor que me das. Haz verdad mis sueños de ti. Now and forever, I'll be in love with you. Hold me and tell me that you love me too. Make my dreams come true. La 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 la, la la la. La 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 la, la la la. Please say you be mine and love me for all time. Make my dreams come true. Make my dreams come true. Thank you.